So when he said that, I was like, Tammy, what you mean, Tammy? Like, you ain't heard what's going on with her? And they were like,
and you all know it's Big Meech and Tammy Cowens, known in the paperwork as CS1.
Never fold, never told, never will.
June 7th. Get online right now. Get your tickets right now. But for the hustlers.
Before this giant welcome home concert
I told you it
was
gonna get
canceled.
What'd I tell you?
The bill was
What
insane.
did I say?
The list of artists on it.
Y'all, this just got real messy. Imagine waking up one day and finding out some of the biggest names in hip-hop, Big Meech and Rick Ross, might have been plotting against 50 Cent. And guess what? We got the receipts. New footage has just surfaced, and it's throwing a whole new light on the drama. But is it really a takedown plan, or just another chapter in 50's long list of enemies? Stay tuned, because the truth behind this is going to have you shook. All right, y'all, let's break this all the way down. We all know 50 Cent isn't one to back down from beef. Whether it's clowning Ja Rule for the millionth time or exposing Diddy's skeletons, he stays booked and busy when it comes to feuds. But this time, things are looking different. It ain't just social media shots. This might be real life, real consequences type of drama. So
BMF is BMF, but not because of 50, it's because of Big Meech, right? That's his story, that's his life, right? So I don't think 50 doing them no favors. They both profited. Loyalty. That mean I can't go get money elsewhere, right? If more money get presented to me, right, I'm gonna go get me a bag. I just did 20 years in prison, right? I'm not gonna let nobody stop no bags come in because of y'all beef, bro.
here's where it all starts to heat up. Big Meech, the legendary BMF founder, and Rick Ross, yes, Officer Ricky himself, have been spotted moving real close lately. And if you know anything about hip-hop beef, you know both of these guys have history with 50 Cent. So when they were seen hanging out with none other than Floyd Mayweather, alarms started going off. Why? Because Mayweather and 50 also have their own messy history. This wasn't just some casual bowling night. This was something deeper. Lil Meech, Big Meech's son, was out in Miami chilling with Rick Ross and Mayweather. Now, to the untrained eye, that might seem like nothing. But in reality, this was a full-on statement, a flex, a big old middle finger to 50. Why? Because 50 practically built Lil Meech's career. He put him in acting school. He gave him a breakout role in the BMF series. He even bailed him out a couple of times when things got messy. So for Lil Meech to be running around with his ops, that's straight up betrayal. And 50, he wasn't about to let it slide. As soon as the pictures surfaced, 50 took to Instagram, his favorite battlefield. And y'all already know how petty he gets. He didn't just throw shade, he torched the whole forest.
2 days away from the Big Meech concert. Get your tickets right now. Make sure everybody flying to the city for this. It's gonna be huge.
He clowned Rick Ross, talking about how he was just trying to send Big Meech some lemon pepper wings from Wingstop. Classic 50. But if you read between the lines, this wasn't about wings. This was a full-fledged chess move. But here's the thing. Meech isn't just losing credibility, he's losing control. Back in the day, his word was law. Now, his inner circle is cracking, and people who once swore loyalty to him are distancing themselves. The rise of social media has also changed how the streets move. Information spreads fast, and the old rules of silence and loyalty don't seem to apply like they used to. If you've got dirt on someone, it's getting aired out. And when people start accusing you of working with the feds, that's the kind of stain that doesn't wash away easily. And let's talk about power moves, or the lack of them. While 50 Cent is still making big business moves, producing hit shows, and staying relevant, Big Meech is stuck playing defense. His legal troubles keep him on a leash, and his son, Lil Meech, isn't exactly out here restoring the family name. Instead, he's caught up in drama, choosing sides in beefs that he probably shouldn't be involved in. So the question is, how much power does Big Meech really have left? Or is his empire slowly crumbling, while 50 continues to dominate the game? Now, let's keep it real for a second. Big Meech's influence ain't what it used to be. Yeah, BMF was legendary, but those days are over. And here's where things get real sketchy. Word on the street is that Big Meech might have been working with the feds. Yup, you heard that right. Even one of his most loyal guys, Dion Cuffey, called him out from behind bars, accusing him of being a third-party confidential informant. Now, that's a big accusation. And if it's true, it would explain why so many of his people have turned their backs on him. Nobody wants to be associated with someone who might be cutting deals with the feds.
and Tammy is a government informant. So when he said that, I was like, Tammy, what you mean, Tammy? Like, you ain't heard what's going on with her? And they were like, heard some shit, but whatever it is, that ain't got shit to do with me. And he was like, man, I'm gonna hit you back. I'm like, all right, that's the last time I ever talked to him.
Even more, there's Tammy Cowens, a name that keeps popping up in connection to Big Meech. He was his right hand, but let's just say things got real messy. See, back in the day, they were supposedly a thing.
A snitch. Everybody know Meech is snitch, right? Cuffy say Meech is snitch, he a snitch. I'm from St. Louis, gang. I ain't going against my own. What Cuffy got a lie for? What he got locked for? Meech a snitch. But St. Louis know he a snitch, right? Y'all run around praising. We don't do that. Not in St. Louis, but we know he a snitch. We believe Cuffy.
But when Meech got out, instead of getting back with Tammy, he linked up with one of his baby mamas. And Tammy, she was not having it. Some say her loyalty to Big Meech was just a front. Behind the scenes, she was allegedly feeding the feds information, leading to a lot of Meech's people getting caught up. Yikes!
Cowards known in the paperwork as CS1.
Right.
Confidential source 1. So what Big Meech did was call a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowan signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut, plain and simple.
Now, let's not forget that Rick Ross and 50 Cent have been at each other's throats for years. We're talking diss tracks, lawsuits, leaked tapes, the whole 9 yards. And the fact that Rick Ross was hanging with Big Meech just made this whole situation even spicier. Because let's not forget, Rick Ross has been trying to shake off his Officer Ricky reputation ever since 50 exposed that he used to be a correctional officer. And y'all, it gets worse. The real Rick Ross, the drug kingpin Rick Ross, has been after him for years, saying that Ross jacked his entire identity. And recently, that beef just sparked up again. During fight night on March 1st, Freeway Rick Ross went off in an interview calling out rapper Ross for straight up stealing his name. And he made it personal. He even threw shade at Rick Ross's weight, saying, "I ain't fat either." Y'all, I can't. Rick Ross tried to clap back on social media, but let's be real, his response was weak. He tried to call Freeway Rick a gangsta informant and dropped a bunch of laughing emojis, but we all saw the deflection. The fact is, Ross has been fighting to keep his boss image alive, but the streets don't forget. And now, with him standing next to Big Meech, it's clear he's trying to regain that street cred. If there's one thing we know about 50, it's that he plays chess, not checkers. He doesn't just respond to beef, he strategically dismantles his opponents. Just look at his track record. He took Ja Rule out of the rap game, exposed Diddy's secrets, and turned Officer Ricky into an industry joke. And now, he's doing the same thing to Big Meech. But this time, it's not just music, it's financial warfare. 50 knows that money is power, and by shutting down Big Meech's income streams, he's making sure Meech and his camp feel the pressure. He's not just taking shots online, he's taking real action. By allegedly playing a role in canceling BMF's future seasons and sabotaging Meech's planned comeback concert,
I can't believe a stand-up dude doing his time would suddenly say, "I don't want to be here no more. I'm gonna become a rat."
50 is making it clear, if you cross him, he'll make sure you pay for it. And let's not forget the bigger picture. 50 Cent isn't just focused on taking down his enemies, he's setting himself up to be untouchable. He's diversifying, expanding beyond music into TV, film, and business. Meanwhile, Big Meech is still fighting to stay relevant in a world that's moved on from his legacy. That's why this battle is so one-sided. While Meech and Ross are trying to hold on to past glory, 50 is out here building an empire. Y'all, 50 isn't just sitting back and watching all this go down, he's actively messing with Big Meech's money. First, the BMF show got canceled, meaning no more TV checks for Lil Meech. And let's be real, that show was his biggest come-up. Then, remember that big homecoming concert Big Meech was supposed to have? Yeah, that got shut down. And guess who people are saying was behind it? Yup, 50 Cent allegedly pulled some strings to make sure that event never happened. That's another bag fumbled. Big Meech is watching 50 shut down his son's TV career, block his own concert money, and clown them both on social media every chance he gets. If that ain't enough to make him want to silence 50, I don't know what is. So, with all these moving pieces, where does this leave us? Is Big Meech really trying to take 50 out? Or is this just another classic hip-hop beef that's all smoke and no fire? And more importantly, does Rick Ross even have the pull to stand up to 50 anymore? Or is his past as a CO always going to haunt him? One thing's for sure, 50 Cent ain't backing down. And if history has taught us anything, it's that he always gets the last laugh. So, what do y'all think? Is this just a big misunderstanding, or are the streets about to heat up for real? Hit that comment section and let's talk about it. And while you're here, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.